Hey everybody, it is great to see you back on my channel. Today I have a review video for you guys. I talked a little bit about this book a little while ago, probably my last video. It's about time I do a review video in 2017, so yeah, let's start out with a good one. Today I'm going to be reviewing Ben Sanders' book, which is Robert Michals' The Demon in the Trees. And if you can't tell by the title, it is a crime, mystery, thriller, suspense novel, and it was really good overall. So I'm gonna just break down a few of the things that were in the book without spoiling anyone so that you can go and get it yourself and read it yourself, because trust me, you're gonna want to read it. So first I'm gonna talk a little bit of the overall plot without giving anything away, just so that you kind of know what the book is about before I talk about the characters. So like I said, it is a crime mystery novel, and essentially Robert Michals is a really young investigator, and his first case is about a girl named Jessica Aarons. She ends up in a terrible situation and she ends up dead. And he kind of has to figure out basically what happened. Along the way he runs into some local legends and myths, and he kind of digs a little deeper, and then eventually it turns into something that's way bigger and pretty awesome and exciting. Without saying anything else and without spoiling the book, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and instead I'm gonna switch gears and talk a little bit about the characters that are in the book. Ben does an amazing job at writing the character chapters, so he writes in different perspectives of different characters, and he does it really well so that when I'm reading, I know who I'm reading from, what perspective I'm reading from. Sometimes it can get a little blurry in books, but he does a really good job at not doing that. So kudos to you, Ben. So yeah, you get to know a lot about the characters through their just thoughts, and also the way that they deal with the people that they meet. First is Robert Michals. I feel coming away from the book, I feel like he is my friend. Most of the book is from his perspective, of course, and he seems like a really noble guy, always is doing the right thing, so he has a really good moral compass. And then there is another character worth mentioning. Her name is Erica Sarah. She is an officer in animal control. She becomes more ingrained in the plot as the book goes along. She works alongside a officer named Ramirez, who used to be Robert's dad's old partner, if that makes sense. So his dad also worked in the same career, and Robert is basically following his footsteps. But yeah, he becomes really good friends with Erica and Ramirez, and everyone is kind of rooting for him on his first case. Then you have a strong female character who is Lieutenant Lynch. I actually really liked her. She was kind of a straightforward, down to business, doesn't deal with any bullshit type of woman, and she kind of gave a lot to the plot even though she hardly said anything, so I really enjoyed reading her character as well. And then of course you have the antagonist, which I don't want to say because then it kind of ruins the whole point of the mystery. And you run into a lot of knowledge about a mythical creature named a Wendigo. So I did not know about this creature, but it actually exists, and yeah, it's pretty creepy at times, but still I don't know, I felt like I was on the edge of my seat, and I didn't want, at one point I just knew I was gonna find out more. I didn't want to keep reading because I knew the book would be over, so I saved it for a time that I can finish it and give it my full attention. And I'm really glad I did that. So yeah, it just builds up suspense in a really great way that it's still relatable. It doesn't feel like it's a fake story, because Ben does this ingenious thing where he interweaves pretty comical scenes where it breaks up the intensity at the perfect moments, so you still feel it's a relatable story, if that makes sense. So these are all things that I love. Obviously, from the way I'm speaking about this book, I really enjoyed it, and I am a great advocate of supporting fellow booktubers and authortubers and things like that, but genuinely from just a reader's perspective, I really enjoyed this story. So I'm going to try and stay unbiased as I can. I tried to think of a criticism that I can give for this book because I really enjoyed it, but I do want to give Ben some feedback because that's why he reached out and asked me to review his book. So the one thing that I could think of out of everything was that there were some minor characters which we didn't really get to hear a lot more about, and it kind of left me wondering like what happened to the girl that went missing, what happened to her boyfriend, or there were a few other minor characters that I wondered why Ben included them in the story, but I kind of have a feeling that they're going to be in the second book, if there's a second book, and I'm hoping that there's a second book because oh god, he leaves you on a cliffhanger. Like, I am dying to know what happens next. Even the next sentence I need to know because he leaves it on such a good cliffhanger. Yeah, anyways, so I'm hoping that that isn't that big of an issue. It honestly isn't a big issue. I kind of had to dig deep to think of something, you know, that I found wrong, which it wasn't wrong. I just kind of wish I knew a little bit more about the characters, the minor characters. Let me make sure I correct myself. But other than that, like, I honestly enjoyed reading this book. And so I hope that you guys go out and get this book. I know the expected publication date is March 1st. So I'm going to link Ben's channel down below, of course. I've shouted him out before, so I hope you're already following him. And he has like a cover reveal and things like that on his book if you're really interested. I'm going to link the page for his Goodreads for this book down below, and then there you can find more information. Also, I think there will be a link to purchase the book through there. I know it's going to be on Amazon. So yeah, so I'm just gonna leave all the stuff down below, all the information that you're gonna need for sure. I will see you guys in the comment section below. If you guys have any questions about the book, leave them down below and I'll try and answer them for you. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys very soon in another video, and until then, happy reading and happy writing as always. Much love. Bye.